If you've been sending the same resume to 50 jobs over the last few months and hearing absolutely nothing back, I want you to stop for a second. Because the problem isn't your resume, and it's definitely not your experience. You've spent 15 years climbing the ladder, but in 2026, you might wake up to find the ladder has been quietly removed from the building. I know how that feels. The ghosting, the automated rejection emails at 3 a.m., the sudden silence after a great first round. It's exhausting. And if you're looking for a role north of $200,000, the data shows the average search has stretched to 24 weeks. 24 weeks, that's half a year of uncertainty. In the last 2 years, nearly 30% of all layoffs hit middle management, even though they're a tiny slice of the workforce. Have you seen this in your own workplace? That feeling that the middle is just evaporating? If you're doing everything right and still getting nowhere, it's not because you've lost your edge. It's because the coordination layer you live in is being deleted by a new kind of logic. So let's talk about what's actually going on. For decades, we were told that the way to grow was to manage more people. Headcount was the proxy for power, but that world is gone. Companies like Amazon and Block aren't just cutting costs anymore, they're flattening the entire structure to a 1-to-10 manager ratio. They're targeting what I call the glue manager. You know, the role, the person who spends their entire day in meetings, relaying status updates and unblocking teams. In 2026, that person is no longer an asset, they're a bottleneck. Gartner projects that 50% of these roles will be eliminated or automated by AI agents this year. Why? Because 90% of administrative coordination, the scheduling, the reporting, the resource allocation is now fully automatable. Let that number sit for a second. 90%. When I first saw that data, it honestly changed how I think about the whole thing. If an AI agent can track a project better than a human, the human needs a new reason to be there. So, if the traditional hierarchy is being hollowed out, how are the people at the top actually getting work done now? Here's where it gets really interesting. Look at Airbnb. They didn't just trim the fat, they deleted the title of product manager entirely. They replaced it with an architect model. They merged design, marketing, and product into people who actually build and execute, not just direct. The result? A record $11 billion in revenue with a leaner workforce. Then you have companies like Vercel, who replaced 10 traditional sales managers with 1 agent manager and 10 AI bots. They kept 95% of the output. Now, I know that sounds cold, but there's a massive silver lining here for you. We're seeing the rise of fractional leaders. The top 12% of these experts are earning over $280,000 while working 30% fewer hours. They isn't managing a department, they're managing a result. They've moved from directing to doing at a very high level. The common thread here isn't just a title change. It's a fundamental shift in how we measure human power in a world of digital agents. It's about technical leverage. In 2026, the question isn't how many people report to you. It's what is the revenue per head of your agentic stack. This is what we call agentic scope. It's the ability to manage a 5-person output using yourself and 10 specialized AI agents. And the market is paying a premium for it. Last year, the salary premium for verified AI skills hit 56%. That's more than double what it was the year before. We're seeing top-tier individual contributors, the L7s and L8s, who can architect these systems, earning upwards of $400,000 to over $1 million. They're rivaling VP-level salaries without the headache of a massive headcount. Now, this is the part that changes everything. Recruiters don't want to hear about your leadership philosophy anymore. They don't care how many performance reviews you've written. They want to see your technical leverage. They want to know how you used AI to double your team's output without adding a single human hire. That's the new currency. If you can't show that, you're invisible to the systems that matter. So here's what I'd tell you if you were sitting across from me right now. Stop preparing for a job interview that doesn't exist anymore. This week, we rewrite your value proposition. First, pivot your narrative from people to agents. Instead of saying you manage 20 people, talk about how you orchestrated a hybrid stack of humans and AI to deliver at scale. Second, update your LinkedIn with output metrics. 70% of high-salary hires now happen via hidden networks, bypassing the AI automated filters entirely. You need to be seen as a player coach, not just a referee. As Brian Chesky famously said, we don't need managers of managers, we need architects who can build the future themselves. This isn't easy, and I know it feels like the rules changed while you were sleeping. But the people who figure this out, they're the ones getting the callbacks. The title might be gone, but the opportunity for those who can orchestrate the future has never been larger. What's the one thing you're going to change about your approach this week? I'm genuinely curious. Let me know in the comments. Go build something.